Hello everyone, welcome and thanks for clicking on the video. Ever since I did the first video talking about some improvements for what could possibly be Factions 2, I've been wanting to do a follow-up video, and if you haven't seen the first one, I'll link it in the description and really hope you enjoy it. We are all eager to get new information regarding Factions for The Last of Us Part 2, without it being only rumors or speculation. But I guess it is what it is for now. Just a quick disclaimer, I don't want to be spreading rumors or giving anyone false hopes, so do take this video with a grain of salt. With that said, I've recently been playing DayZ on PS4 with a couple of friends, and you can also watch those videos if you want. I'll link them in the description. But anyway, while playing it, I couldn't help myself but to think, how would The Last of Us look as a game like DayZ? And I'm sure I'm not the only one who thought about this. And to make it all much worse, we had a few encounters with zombies, and one of those encounters really stuck in my head. It was basically one where we just had to run. Having my friend yell to get inside of a house and having to run upstairs, get locked up in a room so we could take a moment to breathe and patch ourselves, all of this just made us think about what if those were actually runners or clickers, and we had to get inside of a house just to think on what we're gonna do next. When I say DayZ, I mean like, what if The Last of Us was not only, but also a survival game? Obviously, it doesn't have to go as far as DayZ goes with all its mechanics, but why not expand the crafting with some basic stuff like crafting fireplaces and other small things? Plus add some mechanic where you have to hunt or find food to eat. I mean, this would all be nice, but I am aware that Naughty Dog isn't known for doing open world games, especially when it comes to online. Although, they did place a lot of emphasis on their open areas and that they were the biggest they ever did while they were advertising the game. I'm not saying they will make Factions 2 a survival game, but what if? You know, they do have the tools for it, and technically The Last of Us can easily be a survival game. Being able to explore this open world, gathering supplies, weapons, probably even notes that work as collectibles or just left by other players, and even clothes, not just for protection but also customization. Have an extension to the crafting that we know, and maybe, like I said before, be able to do fireplaces or be able to set up camp with tents and such. And then Naughty Dog could slowly add new features and items to make for a better experience. You can still have the factions play a big part of this survival game. One could maybe choose between joining the wolves or the scars, or even joining the rattlers, if we can hope to have a map that big, that goes from Seattle all the way to Santa Barbara. While still speaking of factions, maybe even be able to join the Fireflies or start off as a random survivor and have the choice to join or not one of those factions. To make it even better, in the game you can actually see these faction bases. You go to the Scars Island, plus the Wolves base, and even one of their FOBs. You even visit the Rattler's base, and all of those could be the player's hub, in a way, where you can do some random missions to gather supplies or scout some areas, deal with infected, or even have specific faction missions, where like the wolves have to raid a camp, the scars have to heal people of their sin, if you know what I mean, and the rattlers could have like to catch infected for their bases. The options are pretty endless. And I'm only speaking about missions as in a way to keep players busy and have some variety. Plus, you can have this objective that is always active, where you simply have to keep gathering supplies for your base, like food or meds and whatever. Speaking of objectives, why not also have like random or not so random events where you can just gather a few friends and decide to, hey, let's raid this Scar base and grab the supplies. Other Scar players and probably even NPCs would be notified and maybe start to hear a lot of whistles indicating that one of their nearby camps was being attacked. Who knows? Right now I'm just rambling, but it could actually be a thing, and what a fun thing it would be. And of course, not everyone likes survival games, so maybe also have a matchmaking on the hub where you just play the classic game modes from the first factions and even new ones. With all that being said, to be honest, I'm not too hopeful for this to be a thing, but rather just a fun thing to talk and think about, the what ifs. But anyway, that's all for this video. Let me know what you think. See ya.